Hello everyone. Today I want to show you how I kick off my day as a solopreneur who is building in public. So I have a personal struggle. I have way too many ideas. For me, it's easy to just get an idea. So for instance, I put all of my stuff into my Notion databases. Some of the ideas are related to projects I'm building, which is a lot. I'm working on different projects simultaneously. And sometimes an idea can just be a random thing, like some industry observation I came across and I jotted down my notes, my observations. And sometimes it just got, for instance, yesterday when I was trying to go to bed, I got this idea about building an app to coach people how to use action verb effectively for better communication. But anyways, I put a lot of my ideas into a Notion database, but this is not helpful because I get distracted very easily. My idea just comes out very quickly. One thing leads to hundreds of different things, and I forget half of them the other day. And sometimes I get distracted. I just keep building new ideas after new ideas and new ideas. I never get anything shipped eventually. So this is a problem. And to manage that, I built a system for myself called Building Public Headquarters. This is a Notion database plus AI copilot. And let me show you how it works. And this is really how I start my everyday right now. So I go to my database dashboard, which is the AI copilot that runs on my own computer. I usually go here and say generate to-dos stand up. This is a customized daily to-do plan designed for my own goal. What it does is that it can customize today's plan based on my biggest blocker or the goal that I want to achieve today. It also look at everything I have here in my Notion database, so the AI knows what I have been building, what ideas I have, and what I have actually done recently, because I keep track of all those in my build logs. So here I put down my struggle, which is my problem with having way too many ideas and have built several things, but I'm trying to build content. I'm a personal brand. I feel like I can write one long post about the project I've built, but I can't be building new projects every day. I need to create content around existing things. And that's true, that is my struggle. So let's save this and hit generating today's stand up. While we are waiting, let me walk through what it actually does. So it's gonna take a while because AI looked through all of my databases. It looked for all the projects that I'm building and all the specifics like the problem statement, the core features, project phases, all that kind of good stuff. And then it looked through every single one of my idea. It looked through everything that I have actually built or shipped. And by the way, this is cool because I synced this database with my GitHub. So I don't have to manually keep track of all my commits and pushes. And I think GitHub is your best track record of what you have actually done. But I also keep track of the menu thing. So if I check a to-do in my Notion database after, for instance, I have done a meeting with a user or I have published a social media content, it automatically adds a menu entry here in my database to keep track of my achievements. I think that's important because as a solo founder, you get depressed very, very quickly. So I think it's all important that we keep a list of things that we have actually done so far to just appreciate how much we have actually done to celebrate the achievement. And I think that's the only way you can commit to what you're building and push through till the end. And lastly, this is our daily stand up for today has just got generated and it's going to be automatically inserted into our daily stand up database. And let's just open today's to see what are the good stuff here for us. So first, it kind of just gets me reoriented, right? It says, for instance, today's vibe is all about turning that new brilliance into content gold. No fresh coding distraction, just pure storytelling. All drill around your latest project. Okay, so AI got my focus right. I do want to make today a content day, not coding day. And by the way, you can customize your nickname and your the writing tone that AI speaks to you here. So if you go to daily stand up, you can do all of those customizations. You can also change your preferences. So for instance, right now I'm focusing on more content, more marketing, more personal branding. But in the future, I may actually have to focus on other things like bug fix if I'm getting more and more user. You can save your preferences and then AI is gonna adjust the priority and strategic goals based on your preferences. So AI also gave me some to-do lists. For instance, it suggests that I should write a long-form Substack post about my Building Public Headquarters project, which is the one that I'm showing you right now. And it says that I should generate 2 to 3 short Twitter posts and refine some details. So all those are like great things, but I'm gonna skip this one for now because I think this is less relevant. And by the way, since we are in Notion, you have the freedom, if you don't agree with AI, you just do your own edits. And then AI also go through all of your list. I currently have 18 ideas on my list. Wow. And it mark ones that is things to be has to be prioritized. So for instance, it looks like, what is this one? It says you should write about your industry observation idea. Oh, okay, this is cool. So the other day I noticed that the industry has been focusing on the content first strategy rather than the product first strategy. I thought that was an interesting idea. I put it down in my Notion databases, and AI actually prioritized it for me today, which is great because it helps me to sort of like build my personal brand, and you can create some professional content around this industry trend. So I think this is great. This might be a great LinkedIn post or Substack post. Okay, so I'm not gonna go through every single thing here, but you get the idea. Since I think this is a good one, I'm actually just gonna add it to my to-do list. So this is something I will actually have to do today. And then after your list of idea backlog, there's a daily reflection section where you can kind of like reflect about your takeaways, your failures, your success, that kind of thing. The cool thing is that all of these reflections will be fed back to the AI. So in the future, AI will look for your past reflections to kind of create content around your personal stories and reflections and growth. And speaking of that, this is my favorite section right here. AI actually generates my social media content draft for me. So every day it generates something that is almost ready to be copy and paste and send. So for instance, let's just look at this one. This is a long Twitter thread that's generated about the Building Public Headquarters project, how I turn chaos into clarity, and why you might want this too. I actually like that starting point. This is a really strong and impactful way to start the Twitter post, and good problem statement and the reason why I built this. Here's the thing, ideas are easy. That's kind of cheesy, but okay. And then it broke down all of the core features into separate Twitter feed. Okay, I actually like this. Honestly, I think I actually like this because AI knows my database. It knows what my project is all about, so it can sort of write the problem statement and the core features without me having to draft all of these all over again or copy my product document into some other chat box and have it write for me. What I can do is go to my dashboard and I go to social drafts, and all these are generated for me today. And I save the one I like. So for instance, the first one is the one we just looked at. If you like it, you can say save to Notion. And if you don't like it, you can regenerate with a different instruction. But I actually quite like this one, so I'm just gonna save it to my Notion database. So that way, if I go back to my content database, I can open up, I think this is the one that was generated just now, and you can do your own edits. Like for instance, I think this feels very cheesy. You can tell it's written by AI. I actually don't like that tone. So you can get rid of it. And again, this is Notion, familiar tool. You don't have to learn a new tool to do all of these. I'm gonna go through all of these later, but this honestly looks pretty much ready to go. Yeah, let's just go back to our daily stand-up for real quick. I want to check out this short one. It says building public isn't a straight line. One day you're coding like a maniac. The next you're you're staring at your idea log, wondering what actually matters. I think this really makes me feel something. This is the kind of the Twitter post that can resonate with a lot of the audience. And that's me because I wrote about it in my past reflection notes in my past daily stand-up. I wrote about them, even though it is generated by AI, but this is genuinely me. This is my story. Honestly, I'm just gonna copy and paste. Yeah, right here. Let's just do this. Okay, I don't like this. Actually, I'm just gonna do this. I think this is good. I just got rid of all the cheesy lines. I think this is actually good because I think as solo founder, sometimes quantity matters more than quality. You gotta show up more often for people to discover who you are. And for me, who isn't naturally a good writer, it's difficult for me to actually sit down and write. My comfort zone is coding and building. I don't naturally like writing or speaking in front of a camera. And English is not even my mother tongue, so it's difficult for me. Even though I am against the idea of having AI speaking for me, I think we should all speak our own mind. But having AI there to like quickly turn all of my ideas and projects and things I have already done into half-ready posts is very helpful, to be honest. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I may actually go back to my to-dos to get them done. I will just start with the first one, right? What I can do is that I'm gonna copy and paste this into my social draft. If you want some on-demand content generated for you, you can just go to the dashboard, and I actually want to write a Substack post about my demo, and you can define what is the goal or angle that you want to emphasize in this article, and you can put in as many instructions as you want. And for demo purpose, I'm not gonna do this extensively, but if I were to like actually do this, I will have to put on a lot of things to make it my own. By the way, you can change the level of the effort. If you want to write a longer post, you can select the higher level. And if you just really want something short and sweet that you can copy and paste and send it to Twitter, you just select the low effort, which will suffice. So, and get the same idea, I'm gonna wait for it to finish. And by the way, I do want to show you what it looks like in the back end. For instance, when it tries to create a Notion page, it could be a social media post draft, or it could be your daily stand-up. Doesn't matter. As you can see here, it actually loads the content for instance, your content database here. And previously, when it was generating the daily stand-up, it was fetching the projects. It was fetching your idea logs and various pages. So it actually look at your Notion database. I think it's pretty cool to kind of just keep everything within Notion. So like say if one day you do decide that I'm just gonna uninstall this AI Copilot thing, you are still left with your own journey saved in this Notion database. So I think that's pretty cool. Okay, it's generated. Cool. I will actually have to focus on this. This is one of my actual to-do for today, but that's it for the demo. If you want to try out this workflow, I am gonna put the GitHub link below. This is still in beta version. I do plan to wrap it into a release that you can easily get cloned to use. That'll like set up all the required Notion databases as well as the dashboard that you can run locally on your computer. That's coming out perhaps this week or early next week, but I do appreciate if you guys can share some early feedbacks with me. That's it. I hope everyone is having a productive day. Bye.